Good morning, St. Lawrence family. Today is Tuesday, April 21st. We begin our day with the reading of our mission statement. We believe St. Lawrence School provides academic, moral, social, and educational excellence to all in a Christian environment centered in the person and gospel of Jesus Christ. We see children as unique individuals and lifelong learners while celebrating their cultural diversity and unique talents. Boys and girls, together we begin our Tuesday morning by making the sign of the cross in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our opening reading. This week, we hear the stories of Christ's appearance to his disciples after his resurrection. The two friends in today's story don't recognize him. Today we celebrate the feast of St. Anselm, a bishop and doctor of the Church. We pause now for a moment to remember, as we always do, the sick and deceased members of our St. Lawrence family. And also, let's continue to keep in our prayers the safety and well-being of all our St. Lawrence students and their families, as well as our teachers, the paras, and the entire staff here at St. Lawrence School. Father Jose and Father Eric, our parish community, and all those in our city, our state, our country, and throughout the world whose daily lives are being impacted by the COVID-19 virus. And for these intentions, let us pray for a moment in silence. And now our second reading is a reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. On the day it was discovered that Jesus' body was no longer in the tomb, two disciples were going to a village called Emmaus. Jesus himself came near, but their eyes were kept from recognizing him. And he said to them, "What are you discussing with each other while you walk?" And Cleopas answered him, "Are you the only stranger in Jerusalem who does not know the things that have taken place?" And he asked them, "What things?" And they replied, "The things about Jesus of Nazareth, and how our chief priests and leaders handed him over to be condemned to death and crucified him. It is now the third day since these things took place. And moreover, some women of our group astounded us. They were at the tomb early this morning, and when they did not find his body there, they came back and told us that they had indeed seen a vision of angels who said that he was alive." And this is the gospel of the Lord, and thanks be to God. I have a couple of birthdays to announce. In our second grade classroom, it's Caden Heckard's birthday. Happy birthday to Caden. And in our 8th grade classroom, it's Jason Dong's birthday. So happy birthday to Jason. Hope Caden and Jason have an awesome day and an awesome birthday. Now I'd like to do a shout out to our 4th grade class. Teacher, Mr. Fred Amore, and to all our 4th graders who I know have been working hard with Mr. Moore on their virtual distant learning lessons. So I want to do a shout out to all these students. First is Michael. And before I forget, Michael has a brother in 3rd grade whose name I may have mispronounced yesterday morning, Gabriel. So I'm going to do a shout out to both Michael and Gabriel at the same time. All right, and the rest of our 4th graders, Aaron, Lenny, Mary, Jerry, Xander, Damien, Kayla, Tyler, Neil, Malcolm, and Janelle. I hope all our fourth graders are being safe and that they're doing the best they can right now at home with their distant learning. And that's it for today. Don't forget, boys and girls, all grades, to get online with your teachers. Complete all your lessons to the best of your ability. Be sure to check our school's website for updates to art, music, and phys ed activities. I heard from Mr. Egan just today that I know he's working on some new activities for you boys and girls, and he and I will be talking later. And of course, as I say every day, try to help mom and dad at home with some of the chores around the house, because I'm sure just as you're doing distant learning and virtual learning, they may also be working from home, and so they have a lot to do. So please try to help them out too. And if your grandparents are there assisting, I want to do a shout out to all the great grandparents too. I know you're a big help in these trying times, and I pray that you also are safe. And in closing, I just want to remind everyone that Jesus loves you all, as do all your teachers, the staff, and I here at St. Lawrence School. So until tomorrow, goodbye, stay well, and God bless.
Hi guys! I'm very happy to be back with you again today. Are you ready to go through our daily routine and make our letter sounds and do our hand motions? I bet by now pretty much everybody in your house knows how to do them. I know in my house everybody knows how to do them too. Okay, are you ready?
Ready?
All right, here we go. A is for ah. B is for b. C is for c. D is for d. E is for F is for G is for g. H is for I is for I. J is for j. K is for k. L is for l. M is for N is for n. O is for ah. P is for excuse me, p. Q is for qu. R is for S is for s. T is for t. U is for V is for v. W is for w. X is for x. Y is for y. And Z is for z. Big finish, everybody. Ta-da! Awesome job. Today we're going to read a new story that I found in my basement. I actually haven't read it before today, so I was excited to find something new that I can read to you. And it's a rhyming book, and it's a silly book, and it's called Giraffes Can't Dance. Do you see that? It's very sunny in my kitchen. And it's by Giles, Andre, and Guy Parker Reese. Here we go with Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. Look at how cute he is. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at his knees. Oh, look at him. I love giraffes. That's why when I saw this downstairs in Pages and my collection of books, I said, oh, I need to read this one. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. Oh, poor thing. It doesn't feel good to not be good at something, but you know what Mrs. Blair always tells you is when you feel that you're not quite good at something, what can you do to make it better? practice, because practicing over and over makes everything better. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rocked and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. Look at all of those animals finding the way to dance. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Look at that, they're all very good. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," all the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool." "Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." Oh, they're already making fun of him, and already making that situation so much worse. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to his spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." That means kind of like a fool. So he crept off of the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Oh, poor baby. Don't worry, I checked. It has a happy ending. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Wow. Sounds like the cricket has an idea to help Gerald. He thinks that maybe his music choice wasn't just right. "Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is the branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to." So he's telling Gerald, you don't need to dance to the types of music that everybody else is dancing to. Maybe you can find something that sings to you in the perfect way. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. Oh, look! Look, he likes the music that he's hearing now, and it's giving him a little sense of rhythm. Maybe that's what Mr. Valero's problem has been all these years when he told me he can't dance. He just hasn't found the right music. He threw his arms out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Wow, look at that. He's really dancing now. He's even got some fancy moves. Gerald felt so wonderful, his mouth was open wide. "I'm dancing, yes, I'm dancing, I am dancing," Gerald cried. Oh, look how happy he is. That is so cute. Then one by one, each animal who had been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. That means they couldn't stop looking at him. It was so interesting. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." Look at that, guys. So he went from not being able to dance at all to being such a good dancer that everybody in the jungle wanted to see him. "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Oh, look, they're throwing roses at him and flowers at him because he did such a good job. Then he raised his head up and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." Oh, look how cute. The end. I hope you like that one. I really like that one a lot. I'm going to make sure that Paige reads it to her first grade too. I think that they'll really like it. Okay, guys, so today the story that we read was about something that Gerald didn't think he was very good at in the beginning, and then he got better at it when he practiced and he found the perfect music for him. And for today, what I want you to write for your daily sentence is 3 things I can do well are. So have a grown-up help you with that beginning prompt, just like we do at school.
Okay.
And then you're going to think of 3 words to describe things that you think you're very good at. I know some of you play hockey and you're very good at hockey, and some of you dance and you're very good at dance, and some of you are excellent at reading, or some of you are very good at singing. So I want you to pick 3 different things that you're good at and write about them in your sentence. For me, if I was doing this sentence, I would say 3 things that I can do well are, well, I think I'm a very good teacher. I've been doing it a very long time, and I think I know how to teach children and even sometimes adults how to do things because I know how to break it down really small and make it easier for people to understand. So I would say teach. Another thing that I think I can do very well is I can cook. I love to cook for my family. I come from a big Italian family. And so from when I was a little girl, my mom has shown me how to cook lots and lots of foods, and I love to try new things. So I think a second thing that I can do very well is cook. And probably the last thing, I think this is going to be a surprise for you. I know it was a surprise for some of my family members, is I can play ping pong very, very well. When I was a little girl, my brother and I used to play ping pong all the time because in my mom and dad's basement, they had a ping pong table, and sometimes when we couldn't have play dates with other friends, we spent a lot of time downstairs playing. And my brother is super competitive. Do you know what that means? That means that he loves to win. So he was really, really good, and he was not going to go easy on me just because I was a girl. So we played a lot, and I got very, very good. And a few years ago, when we had a holiday at my mom and dad's house, my kids said, "Oh, Mom, do you want to play with us?" Because they thought that I would be super easy to beat. And I said, "Okay, but I'm telling you, I'm really good at it." And they said, "Oh, okay, sure you are." They did not believe me at all. And when we went downstairs and we actually played ping pong, I beat Mr. Valero, I beat Paige, and I beat Nick, who was extremely surprised by that. He did not think his mom would be able to beat him at ping pong because he was used to playing at high school with all the boys at his school. And oh well, Mom was better than they were. So those are the 3 things that I would write about, and I want you to pick 3 things that you would write about. Have Mom or Dad or Grandma or Grandpa take a picture and send me your sentence so that I can see how you're doing with writing, making sure you're making your capital letter at the beginning of your first word, you have your period at the end, you have spaces in between your word, because remember what happens if you don't put spaces in between the word is it just goes blah, 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 blah. It doesn't really say anything, so make sure you have those spaces. Today I want to show you something else that you can do with the magic square. It's another thing for you to practice. Hopefully you've been practicing addition at home, which is when you're taking 2 small groups and you're pushing them together, bulldozing them together to get one bigger group of so whatever it is that you're counting. But today we're going to do subtraction, and subtraction means that you're taking a big group and now you're going to take some away from it and you're going to make a smaller group that's left behind. So today I'm going to use my magic square that you all have at home with the yellow and the blue and the green boxes, and I'm going to lay it in front of me. I'm going to try and tip the computer screen down so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, there we go. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use some jelly beans. I have a big container of jelly beans. You can use whatever you have at home to be able to count with, but today I'm going to use jelly beans. Remember we talked about how the numbers on the paper that I'm going to show you are going to be backwards, but a grown-up can help you to write them correctly on a paper that will be in front of you. So if you look at my paper where the smiley face is, the subtraction sentence says 4, take away, that's that little dash, which means take away, instead of the plus sign, which means putting 2 small groups together. That little dash means you're going to be taking some away from that big number. 4, take away, or minus 2, equals, I don't know yet because I don't know the answer. So the first number is 4, so I'm going to take 4 jelly beans, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to take away 2. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. You know what? These should be in the middle. So I'm going to put my 4 jelly beans in the middle because this one is the reverse of what we're doing with the magic square when we're adding. So we're going to start in the green this time instead of starting in the yellow and blue and pushing them together. What we're going to do is we're only going to use the green, and then we're going to push the ones that we don't use off the magic square like this. So we have 4, and we're taking 2 away. So I'm going to take 1, 2. Can you see them? They're kind of, maybe I could put them over here. 2 of them off the magic square like that. And then the answer will be what I still have left. I have 1, 2. So right here, where it says 4 take away or minus, they both mean the same thing, 2 equals, I'm going to write the number 2 with my pen because that's what I have left on my magic square. Let's try another one. I'm going to put these back. And my next one in my heart row says 5 minus or take away 3 equals, I don't know yet. The first number is 5. So I'm going to put 5 jelly beans in the green on my magic square. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How many jelly beans am I taking away? If you said 3, you are correct. It says 5 take away 3. So I'm going to take 3 of them off the magic square. 1, 2, 3. The answer is what I still have left. I have 2 jelly beans left. So I'm going to write the number 2 on the line. And now it says 5 take away or minus 3 equals 2. All right, let's do the next one. Let me see if I can fold this down. First, I'm going to clear my card. Okay, here's the next one where the flower is. Again, I know it's backwards. I can't write backwards, so you're going to have a grown-up help you with that. It's 6 minus or take away 4 equals, I don't know yet. So the first number is 6, so I'm going to count out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it said, take away, this number is 4. So I'm going to take 4 off the magic square. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see how many I have left? I have 1, 2. I have 2. So 6 take away 4 is 2. It's okay if for different subtraction problems you get the same answer. There's lots of different ways to get 2 as an answer. There's lots of different ways to get 3 or 1 as an answer because depending on what your subtraction sentence says, you might get the same answer multiple times, and that's fine. All right, I have one more to do. It's this one that's down here where I drew a rainbow. It says 7 minus or take away 3 equals, I don't know yet. So now I need to count out 7.
4?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It says we're taking away 3. So I'm going to take 3 of them off the magic square again. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what we're left with because we know that this will be the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put a 4
You're right.
on my little answer dash. It says now 7 minus or take away 3 equals 4. Okay, let me move this back up. Okay, guys, so that's what I want you to practice today for math. I want you to dig out that magic square again, and I want you to have a grown-up in your house. It can be a mom, a dad, a grandma, a grandpa, an aunt or an uncle, or even an older brother or sister if they're old enough to know how to do this. Like there's some of you I know that have big brothers and sisters that are in high school, and that would be perfect for them to be able to write down a list of subtraction problems for you to try to do. You don't have to use jelly beans. You don't have to use candy at all. You can use anything that you have a lot of in the house, like if it's pennies or pasta or cereal or whatever mom or dad or a grown-up tells you is okay to use, you can use. Okay? I want you to also find some time today to either spend 30 minutes on Lexia or on Raz Kids, because both of them are really good for reinforcing reading, which is something that we really need to do to keep our brain healthy and strong. And the other thing that I would like you to do, now that you have all gotten the information for how to log on to happynumbers.com, that would be the other website that I would like you to spend a half hour on so that you can get some practice with math. There's addition, subtraction, patterning, sorting, measuring, all different kinds of things that we've had some practice with at school, and I would like you to keep that math part of your brain nice and healthy and strong as well. Okay guys, I had a really fun time with you today, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.